Ambassador to the UN. Danny, great to have you on the show as always. The meeting between Trump and Netanyahu, we just we're, by the way, kind of waiting to see if the president comes out this hour with the prime minister to give us some more headlines. In the meantime, this is about next steps in Gaza. Danny, what do you believe is happening with the next steps? I mean, it's kind of hard to move on when you have Hamas saying it will not disarm.
Thank you for having me, Trace. We saw the strengths of the bond between Israel and the U.S. There is no daylight between Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump, and the issue of Gaza will be discussed. First we have to bring back all the hostages. We still have a fallen hostage, Ran Gvili, and we are waiting for his arrival. That's the first thing that we have to stress. And then when we speak about reconstruction of Gaza, one has to understand that it must come with disarmament of Hamas. You cannot do anything in Gaza once Hamas in power there. So you will have to discuss how you can actually disarm Hamas and allow for reconstruction in Gaza. It's complicated. We are willing to cooperate, but I think the understanding that Hamas must not be part of the equation, it's essential. And President Trump mentioned it before the meeting.
It's interesting, Yanni, because you had the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying that he wants to see some Palestinian technocrats put in charge of Gaza along with the peacekeeping force. Do you think that is feasible at this point in time, or do we still need to go through some other steps first?
We are open for discussions, Trace, but, ask yourself, who is actually going to come into Gaza when Hamas is there, if they will not allow anyone to actually build the future for the people there? So we have to be strong about the idea of facing evil, removing Hamas from the game. And then you can speak about technocrats, you can speak about the international force, but I speak with many leaders around the world, and they say the same. We will not send money, we will not send troops until Hamas is removed from the area. No one is willing to take the risk, and rightfully so.
And of course, there's always the Iran factor in this. I want to play this sound. This is back in September when Martha MacCallum was interviewing the new Iranian president, who had this to say. Watch.
Can you imagine a future where Israel and Iran can exist, the countries can exist in peace?
Of course, if anyone were just to focus as a normal human being on its own affairs and put aside apartheid and injustice and unfairness, why not? But the issue is those who are ruling, governing there now. They are committing genocide.
I mean, you have the new president, Pezeshkian, saying, yeah, I mean, peace is possible here. But at the same time, Danny, you have Iran conducting these military exercises with ballistic missiles.
It's continuing to lie. We have no dispute with Iran. We have no border with Iran. We don't understand why they're coming against us. It's pure hate. So I hope one day there will be a leadership that will be willing to build bridges with Israel, like we had in the past with the Iranian people. But as of today, they continue to build ballistic missiles. They continue to build plans to destroy Israel. And unfortunately, the successful strikes that the U.S. and Israel took together against Iran, it hasn't changed the intention. They still have the same intentions to build the weapons of mass destruction against us, against Western democracies, and we will not allow it to happen.
And they have stated those intentions. Danny Danon, great to have you on the show as always, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.